The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. And as always, welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. Just me and Carol up in here making it happen again today. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
All right. Well, let me get this interest group out the way. Tonight is Basic Jaws with Andrew Del Castillo at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So, it says Jaws, but Andy's pretty sharp. He does Jaws. He does NVDA. He knows about narrator. I don't know if there's a screen reader out there that he don't know about, but anyway, he's here to help us with all of that. So, we just say JAWS because that's the main one that everybody uses, main screen reader. So, again, but if you're having any trouble with whatever screen reader you're using, feel free to drop in tonight at 6 p.m. and I'm pretty sure Andy can give you a hand. I know he always comes with something to present, but here at Blind United, our priority is actually to try to help folks get past whatever barrier they may be facing. And that's our main priority. So if nobody has any issues, then he'll move on to something he thinks is interesting that might help folks, and he'll do a presentation on that. So again, 6 o'clock tonight, Pacific time. Come on out and join us. So anyway, I'm quite sure everybody has recently heard about President Biden's announcement over the weekend about him having prostate cancer. So anyway, let's play a little article about that one, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Today on Coffee Time, Joe Biden's cancer diagnosis, personal struggle, public legacy, and a renewed spotlight on cancer care. Today on Coffee Time, we turn our attention to former U.S. President Joe Biden, who has been diagnosed with an aggressive and metastatic form of prostate cancer. The news, confirmed over the weekend, has cast a somber light over both the political and medical communities. According to his medical team, Biden's cancer is classified as grade group 5 with a Gleason score of 9, indicating it is not only high grade, but also rapidly spreading. The disease has already metastasized to his bones, making treatment more complex. However, experts have confirmed that the cancer remains hormone sensitive, which opens the door to treatments like hormone therapy, chemotherapy, and radiation. At 82 years old, Biden now faces a deeply personal health battle, one that echoes the painful loss of his son Beau Biden, who died from brain cancer in 2015. That tragedy inspired one of the former president's most passionate causes, the Cancer Moonshot Initiative. The program, launched during his vice presidency under President Barack Obama, aimed to accelerate cancer research, enhance data sharing, and eliminate barriers to patient access. His diagnosis now feels like a cruel twist of fate, tying his personal history even closer to a cause he's long championed. Biden addressed the nation following the announcement, saying, "Cancer touches us all. Like so many of you, Jill and I have learned that we are strongest in the broken places." His words resonated with millions who have walked the cancer journey themselves or alongside a loved one. Messages of support have poured in from all corners of the political spectrum. Former President Donald Trump posted a statement on Truth Social wishing Biden a swift recovery. President Obama acknowledged Biden's decades-long fight against cancer, stating that no one has done more to support breakthrough treatments than his former vice president. Still, the diagnosis has not been without political controversy. Vice President J.D. Vance and other figures have questioned the timing of the announcement and raised concerns about Biden's health and capacity during his presidency. With a contentious election season on the horizon, the news is certain to further inflame partisan debates about leadership, transparency, and age in American politics. Medically speaking, metastatic prostate cancer is considered incurable, but it can be managed, sometimes for many years, especially when hormone sensitive, as in Biden's case. According to leading oncologists, treatment plans in such situations focus on maintaining quality of life and slowing disease progression. For someone of Biden's age and stature, such treatment choices must also consider overall health, mental acuity, and resilience. This diagnosis forces the nation to confront some uncomfortable truths, not only about aging leadership, but also about the widespread reach of cancer in our lives. Prostate cancer alone impacts nearly 1 in 8 men in the U.S., with risk increasing significantly with age. And for Black men, the risk is even higher, along with more aggressive forms of the disease. Biden's story may bring much-needed attention to screening, early detection, and disparities in access to care. It's also a moment to reflect on how public figures navigate illness under scrutiny. Biden has always emphasized compassion, resilience, and purpose in the face of hardship. Whether as a grieving father or as a national leader, he's carried his pain publicly and has sought to turn it into progress for others. As we await more details on his treatment plan, one thing is clear: Joe Biden's battle is no longer just about survival. It's about legacy. How he chooses to face this chapter could very well shape the final contours of a public life marked by both tragedy and triumph. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Biden's diagnosis, the intersection of health and leadership, and the future of cancer care in America? Let us know in the comments. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, maybe it sounds wrong, but I'm gonna send my condolences out now because, I mean, again, as they said, he can get therapy for this, but at the same time, it's not going to cure it. All it's going to do is slow it down. And, like I said, trying to maintain a certain level of quality of life, I've been there and done that as far as dealing with cancer. I lost a son to cancer when he was 5 years old. So, I mean, towards the end there, that's what it was about. It was just trying to keep him comfortable and, try to maintain some quality of life. But, I mean, again, this is, all this conspiracy and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, again, prostate cancer is one of those cancers, that even with regular screening, it can be missed, and for them to try to say, create some conspiracy about, oh, he's been dealing with this for a long time and whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, you know what? Leave all that alone. This man has now just been dealt, I mean, a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually, could leave us at any point because of this, and you sitting there worried about whether somebody knew about this beforehand. I mean, I get, the transparency and that you might try to put into it, but I really don't believe that there was any issues. I just believe that this is something this man has been dealing with. Or I'm sorry, just recently found out about it. I mean, who's going to let this stuff go all the way till it metastasized to your bone if you know about it? You know what I'm saying? Any cancer, and because he's championed, the cause for cancer and research and all that other kind of stuff, he already knows, the sooner you catch these things, the better off you are, So for him to, know about it and not receive treatment or whatever, just so it would stay out of the public eye, I don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. So anyway, again, I just, man, I'm thank you, President Biden, for all you've done for the country. I mean, 50 years of service. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of good things in 50 years, besides, the work he did as vice president and then, setting all kind of records as far as job creation and all that stuff during his 4 years as president. Man, thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyway, that's what I got on it, Kara.
His dedication was unremarkable. And, just as you said, he's got the best doctors in the world. So why would he hide something like this if it could be done, something could be done sooner? Whether he knew or whether he didn't, that ain't none of our business. Transparency is one thing, but some things we don't have to know. I mean, as long as he was able to run the country, if he had it, and he did a good job while he was there, that's all that should matter. He's dealing with what he's been dealt with right now. And I'm sure that just preparing for death is difficult, especially if there's nothing that can be done other than trying to keep him comfortable. So, people are going to talk whether you're well or whether you're sick. So I just think that some things we just don't even need to worry about. He's got enough to deal with right now. And so just his dedication of what he did when he was there should be the only legacy that we should remember. Whether he told us, whether he knew, we don't have a concern about that, or we shouldn't. Just wish him the best and move on with whatever we're dealing with right now, because we got a whole lot we dealing with right now.
Yes, Lord. So, right quick, God first said good morning. She said she didn't realize that this cancer was uncurable. Well, I mean, again, like I was saying, God first, it has to do with when you catch it. Okay. And bottom line, they just found it. Evidently, it has engulfed his. I'm sorry. No, is what did
Prostate.
prostate, but because it is already stage 4, it's already spread to his bones. Now, had they caught this in the very very early stages, I'm quite sure they could have fixed it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, as she said, we will be praying for him. As
Right.
well as uh, uh, what's our girl up in Oregon up there, Katie Taylor. She says, bottom line, yeah, cancer needs to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And bottom line, we need to leave it alone on the political side. So, but again, it's just people trying to create conspiracies. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I mean, let me go here. My little surgery I had at the beginning of the year. That ain't something that just happened overnight, but it definitely is something they just found out about.
Right.
But it took a long time to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And again, when was I going in to be screened for, vascular things? I mean, that ain't something they check all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially what it costs to actually get a good look at it. I mean, I don't know what a CT scan costs anymore, but I'm quite sure it's in the thousands of dollars. So, they're not going to just, oh, well, it's time to run another CT scan. Oh, well, it's 6 months down the road. Oh, it's time to do another. They not fitting. Not in today's world. Our health insurance is not going to authorize those types of procedures unless they are absolutely necessary. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to lay that money out like that. So, I mean, again, as you said, this man's got the best doctors in the country. You know what I'm saying? And if they didn't see it, why blame him? How about you blame them? Okay.
Right.
I mean, as a president, and I don't know what the guidelines and stuff are as far as even when he was a senator, but, as a vice president, president, whatever, I am almost positive he had to go through annual physicals.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they didn't find this stuff until now, It ain't on him.
Mm-mm.
Okay. The sad part about it is, had they found it, he probably wouldn't be sitting here looking at a death sentence.
True. That is true.
So again, it just people are just so I don't know, especially people that want to try to turn this into a political thing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. What does my health have to do with politics? What does anybody's health have to do with politics, other than the fact you guys think you can control everything, such as a woman's body?
Mm.
Okay, I mean that's ridiculous. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What's
Right.
next? You're going to start ordering all minorities to go and get their vasectomy or whatever it is, so they can't reproduce anymore just because you don't want any more of them in the country. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
come on now.
Right.
You don't have control over people's bodies like that. And again, it's only up as good as the science that we have available to us. And being who he is, he had the best science available at his disposal, and they missed it.
Still
Leave that
missed it.
man alone. Leave that man alone.
Right.
Okay? I mean, let him live out the rest of his days in peace. I seen something where one of the mainstream right wing podcasters actually stepped up and said he actually has the same identical cancer as Biden.
Oh wow.
And he's already been through a lot of the therapies, and he's becoming, more resistant to those therapies. So, I mean, dude actually admitted he expects not to live beyond the summer.
Oof.
And then again, as he said, it is very, very possible that he didn't know nothing about this until it was too late. you
Mm.
know so I mean, and I mean, again, I don't want to see anybody leave. I mean, cancer is something that's kind of ugly as well, what it does to the body, what it does to the person. you know
Right.
if you've never dealt with anybody that has lost somebody to
The
cancer,
battle. Mm-hmm.
it's really, really ugly.
It is.
And then, like myself, I literally lost my child. Okay. I mean, we fought this stuff for 2 years, you know, and again, there's what they call, the therapy comes in sessions. And once they've done the whole cycle of treatments within that session is no longer viable. I mean, if it didn't work, if it didn't do its job, then they got to reach into their playbook and come up with another play, which means just another therapy. You know, I mean, my son went through everyone they had in the playbook for the type of cancer he had. He had neuroblastoma. And
Mm.
bottom line, at the end, they just had to sit us down and say, look, we done threw everything at it that we had. In the end, we were able to, per se, stop it from growing as long as he was on chemo. But the minute the chemo stopped, the tumor started growing again, and they could never shrink it again.
Right.
So I mean, at that point, basically, they was telling us, it's only a matter of time, and your son's gonna be gone. And what were we forced to do? Bring him home. Made him as comfortable as we could at home. Had all of the medical supplies and stuff. I'm talking about liquid morphine for his pain as a 5-year-old child.
Wow.
Okay, man. Okay, so again, but I mean, we kept him comfortable. We enjoyed as much time as we could with him while he, was still here. And then we went to bed one night and woke up the next morning and he was gone. You know, and there's nothing you can do about it. Cancer is a ugly, ugly monster, and it don't discriminate regardless. Well, I guess it does with this type of cancer, prostate. As I say, it's much more prevalent within black men, so that does make a big difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me get up here so I can push these other buttons. and then I can play some of these promos. Here we go, and then we'll get with the next article. Why are you doing me like this, computer?
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. You can go to customcane.com. That's custom with a K, guys. And what Custom Cane does is they sell cane and cane accessories. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You can get a pink cane, a blue cane, a rainbow cane, a Broncos cane, a Chargers cane, a cane with the Braille alphabet, a cane with your name on it. Whatever you want, whatever type of handle you want, whatever type of tip you want. If you want an aircraft aluminum cane, if you want an all-terrain cane, telescoping cane, any type of cane, Custom Cane has it.
All right. Did I tell you, Carol, about my all-terrain cane I got from Jimmy?
No, you didn't. You received it and been using it?
Yeah, I've been using it. I love it. If y'all have not checked out that all-terrain cane, man, check it out. It is so very, very, very strong. I mean, I can lean on it. It doesn't flex. I mean, you just feel, the strength in it when you're using it. It's, extendable to where, I can shorten it up when I'm in close quarters. I can stretch it out when I'm, on the move and need a little extra length.
Oh, wow.
All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And because it's custom cane, guess what?
What?
I got my eyeball pattern all over it. Okay?
Don't touch my eyes.
Don't touch my eyes, okay? But anyway, if everybody's in the market for some new cane accessories or a new cane, I encourage you to go to customcane.com and check it out. Jimmy's got a lot of good stuff over there. All right. So this next one is everybody knows about facial recognition, right? And there's a big civil debate about, this stuff being used. And guess what? We got a city that has been using it without authorization. Check this out.
Today on Coffee Time, we're unpacking a digital storm brewing in the heart of New Orleans. A city known for jazz and jambalaya is now grappling with allegations of secret surveillance, constitutional overreach, and a serious test of public trust. For 2 years, the New Orleans Police Department, NPD, quietly used a network of more than 200 facial recognition cameras operated by the private nonprofit Project NOLA. This wasn't your standard traffic cam setup. The system was configured to scan faces in real time and send automatic alerts, complete with identities and locations, directly to officers' smartphones. All of this happened outside the bounds of a 2022 city ordinance that strictly limited facial recognition use to very specific scenarios, investigations of violent crimes, using still images, reviewed by a state facility with oversight to prevent abuse. This covert operation was brought to light through investigative reporting And what's especially troubling is how the surveillance was kept off the books. Arrests made through the system, at least 34 as of early 2023, didn't cite facial recognition in police reports, nor were they disclosed in reviews by the city council. Some of those arrests weren't even for violent crimes, raising urgent questions about the scope and intent behind the use of this technology. Even more concerning is the response, or lack thereof, from officials until very recently. The NPD insists it didn't formally use AI surveillance, even though the alert system remained active until April 2025, when it was paused pending legal review. That hasn't stopped civil liberties organizations, including the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, from sounding the alarm. The ACLU has made it clear, using this kind of live facial recognition surveillance without public consent or legal authorization not only violates the ordinance, but also jeopardizes due process, privacy rights, and potentially targets marginalized communities unfairly due to the known racial biases in facial recognition algorithms. In response to mounting public pressure, NPD Superintendent and Kirkpatrick announced a formal review of officer involvement, related arrests, and whether the use of this surveillance violated the city's laws. Meanwhile, city officials are reevaluating whether the 2022 ordinance provides adequate safeguards or if stronger oversight is needed to prevent similar lapses in the future. This controversy is more than just a local matter. It underscores a national vacuum in regulating how police departments use artificial intelligence and surveillance tools. While cities like New Orleans try to navigate ethical boundaries, the absence of strong federal or even statewide guidelines leaves communities vulnerable to overreach. It also opens a larger conversation for all of us. How much surveillance are we willing to accept in exchange for safety? Who decides when and how these tools are used? And what systems are in place to protect our civil liberties when powerful technologies are deployed without transparency? As advocates, citizens, and community leaders, these are the questions we must keep asking. And for blind and visually impaired individuals, this story carries additional weight. AI systems often fail to recognize non-traditional facial features or may exclude those who don't engage visually with the world. When surveillance becomes widespread and opaque, it heightens the risk of discrimination, profiling, and misunderstanding, not just for one group, but for all of us. Let's talk about it. How do we balance innovation and oversight? Have you experienced surveillance systems being misused in your community? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
All right. Well, God first, I'm sorry for your loss as well. She's sending condolences for the loss of my child. She said she lost a child as well, not to cancer, but there's nothing like losing your own child. I mean, we're not supposed to leave here before our kids do. So again, my heart goes out to you. I know your pain, baby. But as far as this article, I mean, again, they brought this thing to New Orleans, and they were told, do not use it for this, that, or the other thing, right? And then these folks just decided to start doing it anyway. These law enforcement officers, in New Orleans Police Department, and then had this little secret app to where now you can put in a picture of somebody you're looking for, right? And then when one of the camera catches them, you get a notification letting you know exactly where that person is, right? How easy is that to abuse? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just totally crazy that you would even, consider using this kind of stuff. I mean, do I see applications where it could be very useful? Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe, at the airport on international flights, you know what I'm saying? And get the folks that are coming in from other countries, but to deploy this against our own citizens I mean, like you said, they've arrested people for not even nonviolent, for nonviolent things. I mean, come on, man. I mean, if this is somebody suspected of, a shooting where they killed 35 people at Walmart or whatever, or they killed, they went and shot up a school or whatever like that. Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. But just to deploy this stuff on the public just because you want to, no,
Hmm.
no, that's not cool at all. So anyway, what you got, Carol?
I mean, we have that type of program right down here, right now, Ed, in Dallas, Texas, where in these high crime areas, they've got cameras everywhere. And they have what they call bait cars, police cars that are just sitting empty to where you don't know when a cop is going to show back up. But there are cameras on these cars. Nobody touches them. They're empty and they're in these high crime areas. Even though I haven't heard any statistics of how well they're catching individuals, that kind of stuff just doesn't make the news. But of course, when you're going to your, local little old store, uh, I'm told that there are cars sitting out and there are cameras everywhere. How they're using it, I don't know. It's supposed to deter crime. If it is, I don't know. Even in the Deep Ellum area downtown, where there's a lot of bar activity late at night, people are robbing or driving drunk. They have cameras set up in areas like that. How they're using this equipment, I don't know. If it's helping reduce crime, I don't know because they're not letting us know. But these things are out there. And I know they're expensive. And where the money's coming from to actually pay for all of this, don't know that either. All of that stuff is not being transparent, but it exists out there. So um, what they've done in New Orleans, hey, I don't know. Look for America's Most Wanted. Look for some of those people that everyone's supposed to be looking for. Use that tactic for that good. Terrorists that are coming in. Like you say, people have killed 35 people here or there. Look for those individuals of all of this technology instead of just the average person that really hasn't done anything. But, you are hoping that since they have a past of doing things, it may occur again. People do change, but I guess sometimes policing doesn't.
Well, and I'm gonna say it this way, Carol. I believe that number one, it's two different types of technology. I think you're speaking of. Number
Mm,
one is more surveillance, right?
right.
Okay, so yeah, you want to catch a guy that on one of them stoplight cameras or whatever. If you can tell that they ran a light, or if it's possible for you to tell if they're reckless driving, potentially intoxicated, something like that. But this AI technology is now out there searching for specific people, not a crime that's actually, in the process of happening,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that you're just looking for. I mean, I see this a lot. I mean, you guys know I watch a lot of these First Amendment audits, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of police folks out there that just don't like those people, right? So therefore, they might deploy it on that person. You know what I'm saying? And now, if that person shows up in your town in New Orleans, right? Uh, uh, Bottom line, somebody's going to get an alert. Whoever that specific person is looking for them. And then what? Okay, so now you're going to go and harass them
Hmm.
when they're only standing up for their rights. You know what I'm saying? You can use this as a retaliatory tool. Is my point.
Gotcha.
You're not catching somebody in the middle of robbing a bank. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
going after somebody in the right manner. They did a school shooting or something like that, right? A terrorist act, right?
Right.
But this is not that. That's not what this is. This is just you know. And then again, it is not 100% yet, right? Like they said, for people that don't interact with cameras the way other people do, such as ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we can't see no camera. So when are we ever going to look in the direction of a camera? If you don't have that camera right in front of me chances are I'm not going to look at it because I don't look up. I don't look to the side. I don't look to the left. I'm not saying I don't turn my head, but my point is I'm turning my head to focus in on the sound where other people are turning their head to focus in on other objects that they can see.
Right.
So therefore we're not going to interact with them cameras the same way as everybody else. Who knows that it may come up as a false positive on us.
True. You're
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Here I am walking down the street with my eyeball cane. Next thing I know, you rolling up on me. Like I
Throwing
done
you on the
robbed
ground.
yeah, like I done robbed a bank somewhere or something. Man, how did I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Based on your profile, they did.
you
How did you
know,
see to rob the bank, right?
all of that kind of stuff. So again, it just amazes me that, these folks just think they can do anything. I mean, and that's the biggest issue with law enforcement today. They think because they have that gun and that badge that gives them the power to just, order everybody around, regardless of the fact that, we do have rights. I mean, I look at now, what is it, the Fourth Amendment, the right against search and seizure and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, we didn't care. We didn't know nothing about this. Police roll up on you and ask you for your ID. You better give it to them.
Right.
I didn't know that we could tell them no.
Hmm.
I did not know that. I know now, but
Right.
but the police themselves, they still try to play it off like it is mandatory. You
Right.
know, again, I'm thankful for these First Amendment orders. I'm thankful for the fact, as Dominic says, I am grateful
Grateful.
that we have an army of First Amendment auditors that's out there and they're uncovering all of this kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just police, government employees, as we call civil servants, I should say they call First Amendment auditors civil servants, going against their job description. You know what I'm saying? Trying to use their power and their authority to get you to bend to their will against your rights, and that's what they commonly do that. I mean, it still happens in today's world. I mean, again, if you think I'm lying, go just pull up First Amendment audit. You know what I'm saying? And all these different channels will pop up. I mean, a few of them that I like is Bay Area Transparency. He's out here in San Francisco in the Bay Area up there. There's another youngster, what's his name? Kansas City Accountability. I mean, he's really, he plays games with them, you know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there's a father and son team called Amagatsett Press. They go out and they're just walking down the street with cameras, and they get so many people trying to tell them that they cannot record in public. Well, that's exactly what the First Amendment is. The right to record in public. Okay. There is no expectation of privacy in public.
In public.
Okay. Now, again, let's bring that full circle. Yeah, by rights, they can do the surveillance because there's no expectation of privacy in public. But when you are specifically using some sort of technology to try to identify a specific person within however many people may live in your city, you know what I'm saying? No,
Mm-hmm.
that's wrong.
That's
That's
a
wrong.
violation right there.
That is just totally wrong. But anyway, this is some crazy stuff. We can't be doing this kind of thing, man. I mean, it's just that simple. We cannot do this kind of stuff. So anyway, let me see where I'm at. We got one more article to do. So let me get into these couple promos and then we'll get into our last article.
All right.
Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
June 21st, got a vibe so right. Come through the service and a day tonight. It's Blind United, yeah, we're bringing the flair. Crafts and colors floating in the air. Jewels that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. Jewel that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. You want a table, just $25. Bring your vision, your craft, your luck. Vendors welcome, come show your pride. Let your work shine, let your soul ride. It's more than a fair, it's a moment to share with a community that truly cares. So email us now, don't miss your spot. info@blindunited.org, we got a lot. Jewels that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. So come vibe with the crew, enjoy the day. Blind United has got it set our way. June 21st, bring your smile and light. Art and love, yeah, we'll shine so bright.
All right. Well, man, we do a lot here at Blind United, and besides the interest groups, I'm really, really starting to get into this crafting expo. I mean, right now, people are really signing up. I'm getting, almost one a day at least they're signing up, get them a table. And it looks like we're going to have us a nice selection of folks and a nice selection of products that, they make themselves, whether it's, cookies or cakes or lotions or jewelry boxes, mosaic jewelry boxes or jewelry. I mean, crossbody purses. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, and I'm honored to be able to create something where people can come out and see, because that's where, a lot of my motivation comes in at. My mission is to create the awareness that, just because we're blind, that doesn't mean we can't do things that everybody else does. And this is a perfect example of that. And so, again, if you got something, you're out here on this end of the country in Southern California and you want to be a part of it, man, get at us, info@blindunited.org. If not, man, start stacking your chips and get them ready for June 21st. Come on out and hang out, patronize some of these folks that's out here doing this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Show them that, hey, not only do, we're going to support you. That's the thing for me. So anyway, let me get into this next article. And then while it's playing, I'm going to run down and check the comments again. But anyway, we talked about this the other day. What was it? I think it might have even been yesterday when we was talking about, the misinformation and stuff that came out of Africa.
It was yesterday.
Where they had deported, all these other people. Mm-hmm. Your boy Elon Musk now has a AI bot attached to X.
Wait a minute. Why he got to be my boy?
Well, I mean, I just say that.
I know I'm messing with you.
But anyway, this AI bot here, I don't know, it's crazy. Y'all check this out and let me know what you think on the other side.
Today on Coffee Time, artificial intelligence, white genocide myths, and the dangerous weaponization of misinformation. Last week, users of Elon Musk's social media platform X were stunned when Grok, an AI chatbot designed to answer questions and fact-check claims, started responding with unprompted and deeply troubling content. Among its replies were references to white genocide in South Africa, a debunked and racially charged conspiracy theory frequently used by white nationalist and neo-Nazi groups. Even more disturbing, Grok allegedly expressed doubt about the Holocaust, sometimes without any connection to the user's original inquiry. This wasn't a glitch. It was a warning shot. Grok's descent into hate speech is the latest escalation in the ongoing transformation of X into a megaphone for far-right extremism. It follows last week's viral spread of Kanye West's new song, disturbingly titled Heil Hitler, which amassed millions of views through algorithms fine-tuned to amplify right-wing propaganda. Musk's platform didn't merely allow the spread, it accelerated it. To understand why this matters, we need to look at the historical and political context. Apartheid-era South Africa was a system of brutal racial oppression that legally and economically subjugated black South Africans while elevating white colonists. Today, that regime is glorified in some far-right circles who see it as a model of racial order. Elon Musk's family wealth, partially tied to an apartheid-era emerald mine, further complicates his current role in enabling this revisionist narrative. Adding fuel to the fire, former President Donald Trump has started bringing white refugees from South Africa into the U.S., a move celebrated by the same communities promoting the white genocide myth. What makes this moment even more concerning is the use of artificial intelligence as a delivery system for these ideologies. AI is not inherently good or bad, but it reflects the biases of its creators and amplifies the data it's trained on. In Grok's case, it appears the system is not only unmoderated, but is being used deliberately to test how far right-wing narratives can spread under the guise of free speech and technological progress. So, what can be done? Fortunately, there is a powerful, proven antidote to digital disinformation: human connection. Deep canvassing, face-to-face conversations between community members and voters has consistently shown to be one of the most effective strategies for changing minds and reducing prejudice. It's not flashy, it's not trending, but it works. Over the past decade, however, many political organizations, particularly within the Democratic Party, have shifted focus from in-person outreach to digital and television ads. Meanwhile, the far right has filled that vacuum by saturating online platforms with lies, fear, and conspiracies. Now, groups like the National Ground Game Pack are stepping in to rebuild a real-world defense against digital hate. With the 2026 midterms on the horizon, they are organizing massive canvassing operations in swing districts and conservative college campuses, places where real conversations can still make a real difference. Misinformation may travel fast online, but truth still travels best from person to person, one door at a time. So, what do you think? Can face-to-face conversations overcome AI-fueled propaganda? Is Musk crossing the line with how his platforms handle extremism? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
All right. Well, let me start off with God First says it makes you wonder how many other cities might possibly be using the facial recognition, such as New Orleans PD was doing. And Tisha, she says she's a black woman, blind, lives in L.A., and bottom line, she's giving up her ID. I mean, and again, that's just the mindset that we have because of the way the city was when we grew up. I mean, they even highlighted it right quick. They even highlighted it in the movie. What was it? Straight Outta Compton. There was a piece in there where the parents were standing in the yard and the police were harassing all the youngsters on the block. And they were filling out all these cards and stuff. Well, back in the day, that was a real thing. It was called a FI card, a field investigation card. And they literally went around and they would stop you, fill out one of them cards, and that card actually got you put in the system. They would, they call themselves trying to identify gang members and all that kind of stuff. But bottom line, it was just a big move to get everybody in the city, in the neighborhood, in the urban areas, or whatever we want to call it, where all the minorities lived. They wanted to get them all on record. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to file on every one of them so they knew, where all of them are. I mean, because there's also IDs, the location where they got you at. So, just say you had 5 of them cards filled out, and now they know your pattern. They know where you're at. They know what side of town you hang on, what time of town you frequent, whatever. So, but anyway, let's get into this thing here with this boy. Ooh, Musk, I don't know, man. I mean, it explains why, he just naturally does the Heil Hitler salute. Evidently, the apartheid, colonists, South African colonists, evidently they were neo-Nazi type folks, and that's why it didn't bother them to suppress and, the black folks from South Africa in their own country, mind you, and treat them like boo-boo while you took their land, while you took all of their resources and all this stuff. I know in the article it said his family got their money from gyms, but in the article that I read that caused me to do this article, they actually said his family owned a diamond mine in South Africa. Okay, so therefore that's where he got his start. That's where he got his his money, whatever. I mean, maybe his family was tied into the mines before he was born. I don't know, but just the fact that he grew up in that neo-Nazi environment, society, where they treated folks the way that they did during apartheid in South Africa, man, okay. I mean, it's just crazy. And then to create a AI platform that just eviscerates this mentality. You know what I'm saying? And just, man, it's just, what is wrong with these people? I mean, I don't get it. What is wrong with these people? How you going to hate on somebody just because they have a different skin tone than you? Peel all of that skin back. We all the same. We all pink on the inside. It don't matter what's on the outside. Judge a person for being a person, not what color they are. I mean, it's just that simple, So anyway, this is crazy stuff, Carol. Go ahead, give me your little quick opinion on this, and we'll probably discuss more.
I mean, it is. It's just crazy. I don't get it, but it's just bringing more people out that were holding all of this back to the open. You just didn't realize how many people had this mentality until now. I'm not saying that it wasn't prevalent before, but it's more so right in your face, loud, proud, and bold right now. And it's crazy because I don't get it. We all have to live on this planet together. We need each other. I mean, look at if a disaster occurs. We're not caring about nobody's skin color. We just want help from whoever is available to help us. And to just separate ourselves to say that you're superior just based on your skin color is just stupid. I mean, it's crazy. And you got this computer system, this program now that allows individuals to just display their hatred based on what they've been holding inside now. And it's supposed to be considered freedom of speech on a platform that just acknowledges this freedom of speech of hatred. I don't get it. Why? What's the purpose of it? Because the racists are going to exist. They're going to continuously exist. So why separate yourself as if you're superior when We all should be superior. I don't get it. If you look back in history, you'll see that that all of us hold some form of superiority, and to just separate one race from the other to say that they're the ultimate superior being is just idiotic to me. It makes no sense at all. Crazy.
You're exactly right, Carol. And right quick, Tisha down in the comments clowning, talking about she want to kiss Elon Musk.
Oh wow. Well, he does have a biracial child, so I mean, make it happen, Tisha.
Well, I mean, again, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was just curiosity got a hold of him, and a child came from that. I don't know.
Could have been the
Uh,
ketamine.
yeah, it could have been the ketamine as well. He could have been hallucinating at the time and thought it was a white woman.
Thought it was a white woman.
I don't know, but anyway, I mean, again, this type of stuff is created crazy. I mean, and then to create, something that is gonna, like I said, perpetuate this narrative that one group of people is far superior than any other group of people on the planet is just totally, totally, totally ridiculous. I mean, again, this kind of stuff, racism kind of thing has always been a big issue for me simply because of the way I grew up. For those that don't know, I'm a white guy that grew up in a black neighborhood, and I was accepted within my neighborhood, within the people in my neighborhood, among the people within my neighborhood or whatever, right? But it gave me the opportunity to actually see life from their side of the street. I was there, I was with them, so I was able to witness, the discrimination and so on and so forth firsthand. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not right. I mean, the concept that one group of people is more superior than another group of people is literally insane. It's insane. I mean, that for me, there's no other way to describe it. As you said, we all have something special that we bring to the table. You know, I mean, if you go down, like as you said, go through history, look at it. Who was the first person to perform an open heart surgery? A
Black
black
man.
man.
Black
Who
man.
who invented the signal license in every city and every state across the country?
A black man.
Okay, who invented the number one source of protein for people that maybe don't have no teeth or have eating disorders?
Peanut butter. A black man.
You know what I'm saying? So again, and I'm not saying that white folks haven't contributed as well, but I'm just pointing out that those were black folks right there that did some tremendous things for our country. Okay. Back in the day, one of the biggest toys on the market, especially in the summertime, was what? A super soaker.
Mm-hmm.
Who invented
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. It was a black man.
Right.
Okay. I mean, come on, man. I mean, soul food. What is that? Okay.
Mm.
Black folks were given the scraps, all of the garbage that they slave masters and whatnot did not want to eat, thought it was just, that's the bottom of the barrel kind of stuff. And black folks took that stuff and with some proper cooking techniques and seasoning techniques and all that kind of stuff, they turned that stuff into a gourmet meal that people now drive miles and miles and miles to get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So come on. Why you didn't do it, Elon? Why you didn't do it, Trump? Why
Right.
who? You know what I'm saying? All of these folks that think they're far superior than anybody else. How come you didn't do any of that? Oh, well, I'm not a brain surgeon. Oh, okay. So that brain surgeon is more superior than you?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Isn't that an oxymoron? Something like that? I
Yeah.
mean, that's being hypocritical, whatever. I mean, come on, man. Let's leave that mess alone. So, anyway, I don't think I got anything else.
I mean, I wonder if, now that I'm blind, if I could go to one of these meetings and, hold my fist up and say, white power. And they look at me, because I am a Black woman, and get away with it to where someone touches me on the shoulder and they say, you're Black. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? No, I didn't know that I'm blind. You mean to tell me? I'm saying it as a joke. And I was kind of teasing some friends of mine the other day about something like this, because we were just kind of having a conversation about it. But I'm wondering if I could get away with that now. Not saying that's something that I would do, but to me, it's just stupid to meet in a room and just consider yourself superior when we all have something special to bring to the table. We all need each other to complete this planet, and working together and using our minds for good can contribute to so much more than hate.
I mean, I agree, Carol. I mean, it just stuff is it's just crazy. It's really, really crazy. And by the way, Tisha says, thank you for your consent for her to kiss Elon. She got jokes this morning.
She does.
She definitely got it.
George better watch out.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do some work back here in the backside while I'm talking.
I got you. Well, for those of you who like what we do, please share, notify, ring the notification bell, like, subscribe, do whatever you can on all of the platforms, because the more information that gets out to others, the more we know about Blind United. So do what you can to help grow this platform.
Well, thank you for covering on me that one, Carol. And then again, like you said, we're all beyond our time at this point right now. So anyway, I thank everybody for coming out, joining us, and commenting and all the stuff that you do all that stuff that Carol asked you to do. I get it. Don't cost you a dime, but it really, really does help to get the word out. So on that note, don't forget to come out tonight. If you got any issues with, dealing with your screen reader, got a barrier you're trying to get through, come out and join us tonight at 6 p.m. and they got the answers for you. I'm telling you. That's one thing we do. I've been blessed. I was able to assemble a great team. I'm grateful for the people that have joined us and are working with us, volunteering their time on a regular basis now for, over 2 years doing this stuff, within our interest groups and stuff. So, hey, we got some really, really smart people. So, like I said, if you got any issues, come check it out. I'm pretty sure Annie is going to be able to help you. And on that note, man, enjoy your Taco Tuesday. And we'll be back with you tomorrow on Wednesday. I guess we'll call it Hump Day. Yeah. And then, why not? You know what I'm saying? And then everybody just enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you on the next one.